So these are the tools, and then yeah, if you want to turn this on, but anyway.
Guess where we are today, guys? JTV. We have liquid personality in this cup. A pillowcase. What is this? No card, guys? Can I just... Hey, this is gonna be fun. Okay, this is beautiful. I'm guessing that's marble. This is heavy. Can I seriously try? I am definitely not successful, but hey, that's okay, because the best part about this episode today is that I have a fantastic sculptor and artist. So everyone, I'm gonna bring Jeanne in, and hopefully she's gonna tell me all the fun stuff I have right here. I was surprised. Okay, everyone, this is Jeanne. Jeanne, say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. I'm excited to be here.
So what's going on? What's the episode about today? What is this?
So I was told that you have done a series on marble recently.
We've talked about marble and granite. We have a geologist in-house that's come on before and talked.
Well, so I'm an artist, I'm a sculptor, and marble is one of the things I love most. It's a little hard to describe. It's something that just happens when I touch it. There's a sensation that happens in my body that relaxes me. I can work for hours and lose time when I'm touching it, working with it, and having fun with it, and it's hard work.
How did you learn to carve marble? Because I tried a little bit, and you can't even see the scratch I did.
I'm still in the process of learning. I've been back and forth to Italy a couple of times, and this is Tennessee marble. It's got these really beautiful crystals that shine and shimmer. Take the hammer, because a lot of times people ask me, when I show them my work, they'll say, how do you get started? Do you use power tools? What do you do? And I always just say chisel and hammer, because it's the basics. And I think I've had this chisel since I was 21.
How long have you been carving?
I have an art degree. I started sculpting in stone when I was in college, and then I didn't do it for 30 years, and I just started again 5 years ago. Generally you start at an angle, but it's just basically like, sorry for things flying. And you just kind of decide you're gonna own it, I do have a lighter hammer here too, if you want to try.
Well, I work out. Oh shoot. Look it, I only made a line. You actually got some of it off.
Well, try again.
Man, this is really relaxing.
Right?
So tell me about the differences on, what is each...
Okay, this is the chisel I tend to use the most because it's got the prongs, and you don't worry about that it's gonna make these lines. So you can see that it makes these lines, which help you. For me, it's almost like drawing your shape. So as I go around the piece, it helps me create knowing where I'm going. This chisel is a way to move stone. So it's like drawing lines.
Holy guacamole!
You can make lines with it where you go like this, and then you kind of take out a lot. You score a lot, and it moves a lot of stone. And I will also say, usually I'm in the head, like you have your mouth covered and your eyes covered and ears covered, hair covered, when I'm working, it's because it does create a lot of dust. Yeah, so your point is to move a lot of stone, and then this is more to refine things, and it takes out all those lines.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about why you use Italian and Tennessee marble.
I fell in love with stone in my 20s, and I started with alabaster, which I brought a piece of. Alabaster is very soft, you can move it quickly, it can create something really beautiful, and the colors are gorgeous. But my family history is that my grandparents are from the north of Italy, and my grandfather was a marble mason from Carrara, Italy. And it was only about 4 or 5 years ago, I had a health scare, and I had to reevaluate everything. And so I decided I was gonna go back to art full-time. Built me a studio, went to Italy. So my first foray into marble from alabaster was Carrara Italian marble. And then Tennessee is because it's convenient and it's here. And I live in Tennessee, and I'm just discovering the beauty of Tennessee marble. This is from Carrara.
Okay.
Now this looks gray, whereas Carrara is known for white. But you can see how the difference between all the crystals and how they're big. Whereas what Carrara is known for, and why artists love it, is it's tiny. And it's absolutely uniform throughout the marble. This, if you're carving it, it might knock off a really big piece, and you're like, oh, I didn't want that all to go. Whereas anything you want Carrara marble to do, it will follow your lead. So this is a piece I'm working on. This is pure Carrara marble. You cannot see the crystals.
So see, we've got these chunky crystals right here, and when you look at the face, you see those crystals. But right there, it looks like you painted over that. It's beautiful.
So you go from this rough spot here to where then you come in and you literally just file out all the chisel marks. And it takes hours and hours. This was actually my very first touch of Carrara marble. When I grabbed the stone, it was like, do I start this big? Do I start this big? Do I start this big? So for me, this was all about the passion that I was feeling of being in Italy, my family history, that fire inside.
You also mentioned that you've been going back and forth to Israel.
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with your work?
Yes. I went back to Israel 2 years ago just for a visit, and I ran into an artist who's a sculptor. He saw my work. He said, how would you like to show here? So what we've done over the last year is taken my stone sculptures, made models of them, and done them into bronze. And so I was in Israel last week for an opening show, and as of 3 weeks ago, 3 of my sculptures are in bronze that will be for a year showing in this part of Jerusalem. And it was based on all my stone work.
So tell me a little bit about the difference going from alabaster to marble.
The difference is alabaster is quick, it's soft. It is trickier in that you can make mistakes easier. It can break easier, but it's satisfying in that like, oh, I can do that quicker. But I love marble more.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
I've literally carried this around with me for 30 years. It was just a little piece of stone that I did in college, and I just love it. And it's just been this last year where I kind of started working on it again. And then this is an alabaster piece, and the reason to just show how translucent alabaster is, like if you can see the light through it, there's a chisel.
Okay.
This is alabaster. So just what I would suggest is just kind of go along the curve and see if it feels different.
Wow, that's a lot easier.
Right?
So power tools.
Power tools. Okay. So this is a die grinder, and it can be used for little things. And this is all diamonds. You can also use this for a sander, like you can put a sanding pad on and sand. And
This is a perfect example of industrial uses of diamonds.
so these are pneumatics. This is also another way to chisel. This also goes into a pneumatic, and this will polish.
You want to tell us why diamond?
You wouldn't necessarily need diamond on alabaster.
Okay.
But diamonds, they're strong, they last long, and what happens is as they carve, they actually chip off little pieces, and so they stay sharp. The more you use them, the sharper they stay. So these are the tools, and then yeah, if you want to turn this on, but anyway. I didn't expect that.
Okay, so power tools are a little scarier than I thought they were. You know I'm afraid of the loud noises, not the marble, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Okay.
And this is a finished piece.
Not yet. So here's why I brought this piece. So I had an idea for this piece, and it didn't come out the way I wanted it. But this is also Carrara marble. It was going to be a different look than I thought. I was hoping for it to be more bulky, and it got thinner and thinner and thinner as I kept trying to balance it and balance it and balance it.
I can't believe how soft and smooth that is.
And this is another thing that people have said, and maybe it's what I love about it. It's 2 things about carving. Painting, you come up with an idea and you add to it to create what you want the image to be. Carving is a whole opposite way of thinking. You're taking away. So if you take away something and then you've taken it away, that's it. You can't add it back.
So usually what we do is we hold up a piece to the camera, and I invite my guests to have our viewers take a closer look at something.
Ah.
I don't think my shoulders are strong enough to hold this up.
Okay, so on this piece, the cool thing I've just started doing is these like dots where you can just start adding texture, and then if I decide I don't like that, I can polish that back out. Okay.
Well, I don't want this episode to end. This was a lot of fun. All right, guys, like and subscribe, and I really would love to come to your studio one day.
Yes, you may. And if anyone goes to Israel and you go through Jerusalem, a place called Mamilla Mall is where my work is showing.
Really? If you are in Jerusalem, why don't you take a picture and post in the YouTube comments as well?
Awesome.
You know, I love to travel, so I will put Jerusalem on my bucket list now to see your
Come with
pieces.
me.
Oh, please. Thank you so much.
Thank
All
you.
right, bye guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe.